Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Public School Stadium as we get set for the 2018-2019 Sikeston Bulldog Football Stadium. The Bulldogs are rallied in the Bulldog head right now as they come out to take the field, led by these senior class. 15 seniors lead the way here on the Bulldogs this year as we get set for week number 1 here from Sikeston. For the first time ever, Sikeston will be taking on Vashon on the gridiron. You know, normally, Jeff, when you think of Sikeston and Vashon hooking up, it's over on the hardwood floor or whatever, but first time in history they're going to hook up on the football field.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. Usually you think the basketball court, where Vashon and Sikeston basketball have matched up several times in the quarterfinals or even the Final Four. So
right.
It's exciting for us to play them here opening night of the football season.
Glad you are here with us. Hopefully you were able to find us. We are using a different streaming method this year. The Sikeston Career and Technology Center, the graphic arts students that Steve Byler takes care of, those kids do a great job every year, and this year we're going to be streaming on a YouTube channel, so hopefully everybody has found that. I know the school has kind of put out the information on this YouTube channel, so all the football games, all the basketball games, home games that is, football and basketball, you can catch right here on our YouTube channel this year. So hope you're with us and you enjoy this game tonight. I am Chris Hotchkiss alongside my partner for the season, Mr. Jeff Williams. Jeff's moving over here to the broadcast side, and he'll be my sidekick for this season as we get set for Bulldog football.
Chris, we should say if there are people out there watching and listening, spread the word on social media. I know a lot of people have contacted me today in the last couple of days, say, hey, where can we see the game? So, yeah, spread the word on social media. Let everybody know that we are on YouTube.
Only do that if you can't make the game. We want you to come out.
That's right.
We want you to come out and support, but if you can, or, you know, if you're living away, we know there's a lot of Bulldog faithful, you know, all across the United States, and they like to, keep up with Sikeston sports on these home games on Friday nights and everything. And so we hope that if you're out there that you really enjoy the broadcast tonight. Captains are waiting to go out on the field. Let's talk a little bit about the Bulldogs. They're going to have a little different look this year, are the Bulldogs of Sikeston, as they graduated a good number of guys last year. I mean, they lost guys like Matthew Perry, Bays, Don Larry, B.J. Hill, Austin Branch, Quincy Chinwuko, a whole list of guys, that they don't have coming back. So, going to have some new guys out there, new playmakers to step up. Captains are going out to midfield right now. Captains tonight in this game for the Bulldogs are number 1, Trey Ranson, number 9, Gage Rowling, number 62, Eli Reynolds, and number 77, David Rowland. They're out there getting instructions from this crew.
Trey Ranson is a transfer from New Madrid County Central. Look for him to be one of the impact players for the Bulldogs.
I believe, remembering back to him at New Madrid last year, he had some yards on the ground for him and through the air. So he was an offensive weapon for the Eagles last year, and he is playing for the Sikeston Bulldogs this year. Sikeston have a new quarterback at the helm this year with Gage Rowling. Gage, the good-looking junior quarterback, will be making his varsity start tonight here on the first game of the year.
Gage Rowling is a what you would call a dual threat quarterback.
No doubt about it.
He will keep it sometimes and get some yards on the ground, but he also has the ability to throw it in the air. Bulldogs do have a couple of really nice receivers returning. I know Ricky Scott was the main receiving target last year, so looking for him to continue doing that this season.
Little different start to the season this year. Normally we play Charleston at first couple games of the year or whatever. Starting out, two teams we've never played before to start out the season this year. Here at home tonight, taking on Vashon, and we will travel up to St. Louis next week and take on McClure North. So it looks like Sikeston will receive this opening kickoff. So the Bulldogs will start the 2018 season on offense. Bulldogs did win that toss, and they want to receive. A lot of times you'll see teams defer to the second half, send your defense out there, but look like they want to get the offense going early in this ball game.
I like that, Chris. See what you got here on the offensive end here right at the beginning. Big crowd here tonight.
Yeah, nice crowd here. Beautiful day today. About mid-afternoon, it was raining pretty good, and I was wondering about the crowd and the rain or whatever, but it really cleared off later in the afternoon. And nice night here, nice August night here at Public School Stadium.
Feels like football weather.
It does feel like football weather out here.
I know there have been a couple times here last few years early in the season we come out here and it's about 90-something degrees, but tonight feels like football weather.
You've got Keon Graham and Jackson Kirkendile back deep for the Bulldogs. Lorandus Phillips and Daniel Lawrence kind of midway back there, but Kirkendile and Lawrence back deep. Doing the kicking honors, it looks like here for Vashon is Townsend. He'll be kicking off. He's a senior, is Townsend.
Perfect. Where is he, Sir Maximus? Meridius Decimus. Yeah, we got to watch for 52. David Townsend.
As always, the field here at Sikeston Public School Stadium looks outstanding. I know the maintenance crew, they put in a lot of time to make it look really good.
Do a phenomenal job on this field each and every week and every year in, year out. Can't say enough about Mike Brown and his staff and everything that they do. They do a great job. As Townsend gets set to kick off here, and we get set to start this 2018 season. A little pooch kick taken by the up man. Gets to the 40-yard line and taken down right there.
Might have been Hudson Kirkendile.
That was Charlie Boyce, actually, number 80.
Charlie Boyce.
Took that. He got about 3 yards on it probably after he caught it. So a lot of times you'll see that up guy just go ahead and take a knee on it, but Charlie got a few extra yards. So Sikeston a start from their own 40.
Charlie did a nice job grabbing that out of the air.
Sure did. Sikeston going to come out rolling in the shotgun formation. They're going to run a pistol quite a bit. Blanchfield in motion. Fake it to him. Give it to Ransom. Right up the middle. Breaks a couple tackles. Pushes forward. And a good push there by Ransom. He's going to be close to a Bulldog first down.
Yeah, great second effort there by Ransom.
Going to depend on the mark. It looks like, well, it's right on it. No signal yet from this officiating crew, and they're going to go ahead and bring it in for a measurement. They're going to look at it. He's going to go ahead and say it's just short and call it second down.
Second and 1 from the 50.
Well, Ransom took a couple of guys with him on that, just straight up the middle. Second and short, maybe a good passing opportunity, and here we go. Gage back and dumps it off to Blanchfield. Nice 5-yard gain there.
Receiver number 2, Sean Blanchfield.
Nice throw by Rolling to hit Blanchfield.
Gain of 6 on the play, and the Bulldog first down.
Sikeston's not going to huddle, it doesn't look like. Roland's he's going to get the play, then he's going to come over. That's one of those little semi-huddles. He'll go in there and tell them real quick. And two wide receivers to his left, one to his right. Rose out to his left, throws across his body to Ricky Scott. Leading receiver for last year. Ricky broke one tackle, gets inside the 30, down to about the 25. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. Good catch and run there by the Bulldog leading receiver from last year, Ricky Scott.
Yeah, Ricky had a big season last year, one of the top receiving seasons in Bulldog history.
22-yard gain.
He had 7 touchdowns and 570 receiving yards last year. Outstanding season for Ricky.
So after a run right up the middle, 2 quick passes, Bulldogs go back to the run up the middle. A huge hole right there. Ransom just levels the cornerback trying to come up, make the tackle, and he gets inside the 10 down to about the 9. So another first down for the Bulldogs.
Good job of blocking by the Bulldogs. I mean, Ransom had a lot of room.
14-yard gain on the play. And another
You know,
first down.
the first 2 runs here by Ransom, he's had some room, but what I like is when he meets that first linebacker 5-6 yards down the field, he's lowering his shoulder and just taking it right to him.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
He's not trying to step around him or anything. He's going right at him. So first and goal here early in this first quarter. Quick hitter out to Blanchfield. Cuts it up and dives in, and a touchdown. 9-yard touchdown pass to Sean Blanchfield. So Gage Rowling gets that first varsity touchdown to Sean Blanchfield.
Blanchfield did a great job of hanging on to that pass.
Sure did.
Kind of almost bobbled it there for a split second, but he pulled it in, then took it to the house for the touchdown.
So the Bulldogs march down the field. Probably 6-7 plays. I don't know exactly what it was, but it didn't take super long. And we get a whistle blown before the snap. Action was kind of run that little swinging gate that you see, depending on what the defense does, will determine if they're going to go ahead and kick the extra point or go for 2. And I don't think the officials were ready yet, so we'll reset for this extra point try. Phillips, your man in motion, and they're going to throw it to Ransom for the 2-point conversion. So Sikeston goes trickery right out of the gate and score a 2-point conversion. So with 10:18 left in the first quarter, Bulldogs 8, Vashon nothing. Early first quarter action. Bulldogs lead at 8-0 after the nice 7-play drive and scored a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Nice blend of passing plays and running plays, Chris.
Great point. Looks like Jackson Kirkendall going to come out, and he's going to kick off here for the Bulldogs.
Left-footed kicker.
And he kicks it deep, taken inside the 10 at the 7. Gets to the 15 and taken down. Tell you what, I think that was Sam Drury came in there and made the nice tackle, did Sam.
Nice tackle, Sam Drury.
Tackled by number 32.
Moten was the ball carrier for the Wolverines, and Vashon will come out for the first time tonight on offense.
Vashon will begin their drive on their own 16-yard line.
First time we'll see the Bulldog defense on the season. Little different look. They graduated some key defensive guys from last year, so This may be a test that we'll see earlier right here with some new younger guys out there playing defense for Coach McGill. Quarterback in the shotgun, back to pass, slant pass. And the pass is complete to McCaskill.
Scouting report, Chris, says McCaskill is a outstanding athlete. Played at Springfield Kickapoo either last season or the season before transferring to Vashon. But all reports are that he's an outstanding athlete.
Never played football from what I understand. He's a basketball player, but he's out for football this year. And we get our first penalty of the game.
Flag on the play, illegal procedure against
So
the
what was a 9-yard gain on that first pass play, they'll back them up 5 and had to bring up second down and 6.
That would be just 4. Second and 6 for Vashon.
Chapman is a quarterback for the Wolverines. Back to pass, flushed out of the pocket. Gets it off, and a couple of defenders right there ready. No gain on the play. I couldn't see who it was. Jeff, I don't know if you got the numbers.
Number 7.
I think it was Lontez McClinton was the first one there. Gage Rowling was there on the tackle also.
Lontez McClinton, 6 foot, 215-pound sophomore, put a pretty good hit on the receiver.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 6, we'll call it, for Vashon. He's got 2 wide receivers each side, a single back, looking to his left, looking for McCaskill probably. Pump faked it, lost it, but he gets it back as the Bulldogs had a chance as he lost it, but he was able to get it back, could Chapman. So it'll be 4th down and long here for Vashon. So it looks like, their go-to guy is going to be McCaskill. That's where Chapman was trying to look to, but the Bulldogs had good coverage on him on the outside.
Yeah, Blanchfield's matched up with McCaskill out there. He's going to have he's going to be busy on McCaskill trying to contain him tonight.
Number 50, Smith, back to do the punting honors for the Wolverines as they get some personnel in late. And they're not going to get it off. And that's going to be a 5-yard penalty as the play clock went to zeros.
Sean's going to be punting from deep within their end zone.
Had to be half the distance back, so they'll have to punt now from inside their 5.
Penalty will be half the distance to the goal line.
It's on the angle, it'll be 4.
So maybe, I don't know if Sikeston declined it. I didn't pay attention to see if the Bulldogs maybe declined it, but they didn't actually move it back. So going to retry it again. Kick is off. It's a low line drive kick. Ransom tries to corral it, finally gets it, makes the first man miss, gets inside the 40 and taken out of bounds at about the 37. I think they'll call him out.
Punt didn't have a lot of air underneath it, but it did have a good row for Vashon.
Kind of rolled away from Ransom. He didn't have a good angle at it. Sir Maximus McDaniel in on the tackle.
Bulldogs begin this drive on Vashon's 36.
Roland and company come back out. Looks like Kirkendall's in the backfield. They featured Ransom in the backfield on that first series, but Kirkendall's in the backfield in this second series. Blanchfield, your man in motion. They give it to Jackson right up the middle. Makes a first man miss. Gets to the outside, to the 30, to the 20. Cuts it back in, to the 10, to the 5, to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Oh, they're going to say he stepped out at the 4. Oh,
32-yard run.
Nice
Touchdown
run.
to the 1-yard line. 4-yard line.
Sit up. Just
man, I called that a 32-yard TD run. I didn't see him step
I
out.
didn't see him step out
First
either.
down.
It really doesn't matter what we see, though, does
Nope,
it?
referee's the only one that matters.
It'll be first and go Bulldogs from the 4. Rolling with the bad snap, but picks it up, dives forward. He's going to be close, and they are going to say that he got
That's a
in.
touchdown, yes.
So a 4-yard scamper there by Gage Rolling. Wasn't the best snap, was able to pick it up off the ground, just kind of push the pile forward for the second Bulldog touchdown of this first quarter.
See if the Bulldogs go for the 2-point conversion again, or will they try to kick it? Outstanding run by Jackson Kirkendall to get the Bulldogs down to the 4-yard line. Then Gage Rolling. The very next play got the Bulldogs a touchdown.
Good snap. Kick is up, and it is good.
Kicker number 30, Jackson Kirkendall.
So Kirkendall with the extra point. So with 7:49 left in this first quarter, Bulldogs lead it 15-0. Midway in this first quarter, it's been all Sikeston so far in this game. Bulldogs lead it 15-0. First meeting between these two teams on the football field.
Number 30, Jackson Kirkendall.
Vashon's coming off a 3-7 season last year. Bulldogs were 4-6.
Cardinals start a season on the road against the Rockies tonight. Little squib kick. I don't think that's going to make it 10 yards.
Uh-oh.
And so Sikeston is saying that somebody from the Wolverines touched it, but now the official's going to say it's down. I believe that was Sir Maximus that was there on that ball.
Kick recovered by number 52, Sir Maximus.
Bulldogs tried that onside kick. Didn't quite go far enough.
No.
This series on the Bulldog.
So for the first time tonight, Vashon is in Sikeston territory after they try that onside kick unsuccessfully.
reminds me of the Spaniard.
Chapman's got a running back to his left, two wide receivers to his left, one to his right. Looking to the right, flushed out of the pocket, throws on the run, incomplete, as it was David Rowland and Tyreek Jamison in there.
We're going to say those two names a lot this season, Chris. Two big, strong linemen for the Bulldogs. Tyreek Jamison and David Rowland, both seniors.
Got a message from Rick Lovell. He's out there watching the game online. Chapman, hands off the left side. A whole host of Bulldogs there. He's going to go ahead and push the pile forward. I believe that was Moten on the carry. He's going to gain about 2 on the play probably, somewhere around there.
Several Bulldogs around the ball carrier.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
And Ricky Scott, gain of 2 on the play, 3rd and 8.
Just over 7 minutes left in this first quarter. Good crowd here for opening night here, Public School Stadium. Glad you're with us. Bad snap. And we're going to get a big loss all the way back to midfield, as it was a bad snap over Chapman's head, but Moten did a good job just to get a hand on it. Yeah. Jamison and Rowland back in on the tackle again.
72, Tyreek Jamison, and number 77, David Rowland.
So it's 4th and long here, and it looks like we are going to get a timeout. You know, early season, they like to keep the players fresh and everything or whatever, so that's why you kind of see this mid-quarter timeout with them. We'll go ahead and take it with them. Bulldogs lead it 15-0. Coming out of the timeout, it's going to be 4th and long, 4th and 15 to be exact. Ball marked just inside midfield. Looks like the Vashon Wolverines are going to go for it. They're at least in that. They're going to get back to pass and long pass down the field, and they're going to say it was pass interference as they were trying to hit McCaskill out there. And we're going to get a hold out there, pass interference on the Bulldog cornerback on that far side. So I don't think in high school, I don't think that's an automatic first down. So we'll see where they're going to spot it.
McCaskill did the old stop and go move over there, Chris. Got his defender to stop, and then he went by him, and the D-back grabbed him.
It is going to be enough for a first down after the penalty, so that's going to get the ball all the way down to the 30-yard line. So the first down of the night for the Wolverines. 1st and 10 from the 30. Bulldogs look to bring some pressure. David Rowling in there. And quarterback's got to get rid of it quick as Rowling got in there quick.
David Rowling has been in the backfield all night long so far.
They're going to say that. Pass incomplete, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Chapman was just running for his life right there. Early score, Cape Central up on North County. Now we're looking back. I don't know if somebody lost a piece of equipment or something. Maybe the official looking for something. They stop play momentarily here, and they find it.
Yeah, the official slipped on the previous play and fell to the ground. So whatever he was looking for, he found it.
Chapman been in the shotgun all night long. Hands it off right up the middle. Not a lot of room there.
No, 31. 31 was the carrier.
Looks like they're going to lose. Moten was the ball carrier, and he's actually going to lose a yard back to the 31. So brings up a 3rd down and 11 as the clock goes inside 6 minutes here in this first quarter. Glad you're here with us on our YouTube channel. Hope you tune in each and every game. If you can't make it out here, we'd like to see you at Public School Stadium. But if you can't make it out here, bad snap over the quarterback's head. But it looks like we may have a whistle.
False start against Vashon.
And let's see what the call is going to be here. It's going to be a false start against the Wolverines. So I had to back them up 5 yards. Probably a good penalty right there. Or lucky penalty by Vashon, because that was going to be a lot worse than 5 yards. That play would have counted.
Got to watch for number 5 for Vashon here.
That's who they're going to be looking for, McCaskill. Yeah, that's their go-to playmaker out there. He's on the far sideline from us over there by the Vashon coaching staff. Chapman directing traffic, play clock down to 5. Bulldogs look to bring some pressure. They do, and it's batted down. That was
Vashon Upchurch.
Yeah, getting in there. Good call there, Jeff. Vashon Upchurch getting in there, batting that pass down. Another sophomore starting out there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't think of it.
So a 4th and long now, 4th and 16 they got on the scoreboard. You got to assume from this position right here, Wolverines are going to go for it. Chapman, call him for it. Another high snap. And he dumped it off right into the hands. Is that Rowland that got that?
David Rowland.
Intercepted it about midfield, and Rowland's going to take it in for the score. So it was Lorandis Phillips that got in there on the blitz. So Phillips caused the havoc in the background. Chapman was just trying to dump it off right into the hands of David Rowland, and Rowland didn't miss a beat. He caught it and scampered about 50 yards in for the score.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Chris. Lorandis Phillips got in there like a blur, caused that bad pass right into David Rowland's hands.
Well, you got to love it when a big guy scores, don't you?
Yes. David Rowland, 6'3", 250. Like Chris said, he's a big man. Gotta love it when those guys get into the end zone.
Bulldogs look like they're going to go for 2 here in this situation. They lead 21-0, pending this extra point. Give it to Ransom right off the left side, and he carries a couple guys in for the 2-point conversion. So with 5:05 left in the first quarter, Sikeston 23, Vashon 0. Kirkendall back to kick for the Bulldogs.
You're like, why?
They lead big here in this first quarter. Squib kick down to about the 15, across the 20 to the 25, met by a whole host of Bulldogs that take him down right at the 25-yard line.
Quincy Nelson.
Ball received by number 31, Tyron Moten.
22, Quincy Nelson.
Tackled by number 22, Quincy Nelson.
Quincy Nelson in there on the tackle for Sikeston.
Vashon will start this drive on their own 25.
I hope so.
Soccer team is playing in Carbondale tonight. They're in a little tournament, so they'll play again tomorrow. I believe the girls softball team opens up on the road at Naylor on Tuesday. So good luck to the boys soccer team playing this weekend in Carbondale, and to the girls soccer team. Volleyball also opens up, I believe, next Monday.
That's great. Good for him. Hope he keeps it together. 31.
Moten right up the middle.
It's kind of juggling that ball.
Yeah. Tell you what, there's been a little problems with the snap and then quarterback exchange.
Ball carried number 31, Tyron Moten.
Again, Moten does a good job just to get a hold of that ball. No gain on the play. Got back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Number 72, Tyreek Jameson.
Jamison in on the tackle again. I tell you, Tyreek was the leading tackler for the Bulldogs, so we'll be calling his name a lot this year on the defensive side. 3 wide receivers to his right. McCaskill, the lone wide receiver, to his left.
9.
Pass is complete and get up close to about the 30-yard line, so a gain of about
Number 3, Torrey
5 on the play.
Number 9, Markel McCurry.
McCurry,
Nice catch by McCurry there.
5 on the play. Third down.
third down and 5 here for Vashon. Kennett up early, 22-7 on Fredericktown.
Got low key on Grant up there. I like
Back to pass, looking for McCaskill out in the flat, and a good job by Blanchfield over there knocking it away. But we do have a flag on the play. We'll have to
Pass intended for number 5,
check and
Joaquin McCaskill.
see what this flag is on the far sideline.
Flag on the play.
Tell you what, Blanchfield did a good job breaking on that pass.
The officials are talking it over. Looks like the penalty will be on the Bulldogs.
So they're going to say pass interference against Sikeston.
Second pass interference call on the Bulldogs so far.
Tell you what, it had to be on somebody besides Blanchfield because, I mean, he was going for the interception. He got there perfect time and almost intercepted it. So had to be somebody else. But, again, as Jeff said, second pass interference call against the Bulldogs, and had to give Vashon another first down.
3 has it himself.
He's going to keep it himself off the left side, dives forward for about a gain of 1, or they'll give him 2 on the play.
27.
Number 3, Torrey Chapman keeps the ball.
Look like Brian Jasper on the tackle for the Bulldogs. 5'9" junior.
7 and 21.
Tackled by number 21, Vashon Upchurch, and number 27, Brian Jasper.
So it'll be second down and
Second
8. 3:30 left, first quarter action. Glad you're here with us on our new YouTube channel here.
31.
Handoff right side, trying to get outside. No room there, as that was Tyreek Jameson was out there for the Bulldogs,
Quincy Nelson.
along with Quincy Nelson was out there too.
Ball carrier number 31, Tyron Moten.
So it's going to be a third down and long.
Quincy Nelson, and number 72, Tyreek Jameson. Loss of how much?
Third and long here.
Loss of 4 on the play. Third down.
More importantly, that clock continues to run inside 3 minutes in this first quarter. Let's see what Chapman and company want to do. Play clock down to zeros. And we're going to get a flag by the back judge back there. So that's going to back them up 5 more yards.
Play game against Vashon. Yeah, you're good. 5-yard penalty. 3rd and 18.
Chapman back to pass, just kind of flicked it out there. That's a live ball picked up by the Bulldogs, and we do have a flag on the far side.
Yeah. That might be intentional grounding, Chris. There wasn't a receiver. It looked like he just kind of shoveled past it out there to no one.
So if
Recovered by Vashon Upchurch.
so if it's a live ball, how can it be intentional grounding? That's my question. I mean, they're spotting it. It looks like a fumble because they're spotting it down here where Vashon picked it up. So they'll talk it over, and we'll get the call here.
Another ref thinks it was probably intentional grounding, so I think they're going to call a fumble.
You got a flag on it. So you got the official on the far side saying it was an incomplete pass, but the ball's marked back here like a fumble. They're going to get together, talk about this. We'll get it sorted out here in just a little bit. First game of the year for everybody.
First game of the year for everybody.
We'll get it all sorted out here.
Or MontgomeryBank.com. Ferguson Medical Group, trusted doctors, convenient care since 1959.
But the VAR official was going to call illegal man downfield, and he thought it was a pass. They're going to wave the flag off, so it's just going to be a fumble.
They're waving the flag off.
No flag, so it will be Bulldog football. So it was officially a fumble that Vashon Upchurch recovered. I don't know exactly how far he got on after he recovered the fumble, probably 20 yards or so did Upchurch.
Looks like the ball will be on Vashon's 14-yard line.
So Sikeston back in business again. 1st and 10 from the 14. Again, the Bulldogs will be on the road next week. 4:15 start up in St. Louis. They'll take on McClure North. So make sure you note that. It's an early start traveling up north next Friday. Good way to start your Labor Day weekend.
McClure North is a Class 6 program.
Class 6 school. Vashon is Class 3. Class 3 District 2. They were 4-7, I believe, last year.
A lot of people might not know this. MSHA, Missouri State High School Athletic Association, doing things a little bit different this year. As far as what class a school is, they're doing it for each sports season. And you won't know what class that you fall in, what district really, until the start of your season.
Wow.
So Vashon didn't know they
So a
would
little
be Class
real time.
3
Yeah.
until just a week or two ago.
So it's a little more real time.
Yes.
Used to, in the past, Misha would always do enrollments 2 years at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So district and class assignments would really be set for 2 years at a time. But as Jeff said, it's something new this year. Is it, Jeff, do you know? I mean, is this what they're going to? Is it something they're just trying out, or are you sure?
I think they're going to, because they want a team to be classified by their current enrollment, which I think is a good thing. In the past, you might have a team competing up or down in a class that's not really what their enrollment numbers are.
Right. It's not what they're reflective of
Yes.
at that particular moment. That makes sense. I understand.
So, for example, when the winter sports season rolls around,
Right.
they won't know until like the first week of November what class that you are in and what district.
I would assume it's probably not going to affect very many Sikeston sports. I mean, they're pretty set on enrollment. It's not going to fluctuate all that much. But to your point, schools like Vashon, whenever they were Class 4, they were they were one of the smallest Class 4, and so it'd be interesting to see where they're going to be in basketball. Will they be Class 4? Will they be Class 3? So it looks like during this official timeout, the referees got back together, and so they're going to go ahead, and I think they're going to call that an incomplete pass now. So it's going to be 4th down with that incomplete pass. But they had a flag, so you got to mark off the intentional grounding, right?
Yeah.
They have not marked off the intentional grounding yet.
Just start hitting it.
During the
I don't know.
official timeout, the previous call has been reversed.
I guess we're not doing intentional grounding. We inclined.
So they're going to call it an incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass, about 4th and 16.
So it's 4th down now.
Probably.
They're going to be forced to punt, and Ransom's going to go back deep for the Bulldogs.
So it's not got the best end of that deal, but yeah. Who's he throwing the pass to?
Good break there for the Wolverines.
I don't know why you decline intentional grounding and then lost it down.
And we're going to get another flag on a play. I believe it's going to be motion against the Wolverines. Ball was not snapped, and numerous players jumped off the line. So they're going to back them up 5 more yards.
Motion on Vashon. 5-yard penalty. 4th and 23.
So again, boys soccer will be in action tomorrow. They are playing in Carbondale. So good luck to them.
They're playing Carbondale tonight, aren't they, Chris?
They are playing Carbondale tonight. They were down at last check. It's a short kick, and it's going to be down by the Wolverines in Bulldog territory. So it's going to be good field position for Sikeston. They're going to get it from about the 43-yard line of the Wolverines.
Now by number 5, Danye McCaskill. The Bulldogs will start this drive at the Vashon 43.
So girls tennis will start their season on Monday. That'll be home against Dexter. Volleyball also will start their season on Monday. They will travel to Cape Central, and we will have a home JV football game against New Madrid on Monday evening.
Fall sports are in full swing.
They are in full swing. I, for one, am glad to be back in fall sport mode. Gage back to pass, looking deep down over the middle, just off the outstretched fingers of, I believe that was Elliott, Trent Elliott. Well, it was right there close to him, but just couldn't make the connection. Good pass by Gage, and Elliott just couldn't bring it in. It was just off his fingertips. In the first quarter, Charleston leads Portageville 12-7. New Madrid County Central up on Malden 16-6 at the end of one. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs after the incompletion. And I believe we're going to get
Flag on the play.
5 yards against Vashon as they jumped.
Offsides on Vashon. 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 5.
10 minutes, 45 minutes.
2:04 left in this first quarter. Sikeston still leads 23-0. Gage will keep it off left side. Has enough for the first down, and he's going to get down to the 30-yard line as
8-yard run.
Sir Maximus McDaniel in there on the tackle.
Gage Rolling has that ability.
He does.
We've talked about it before the game. He is a dual threat quarterback.
And that's another Sikeston Bulldog. First down.
I'm not waiting for that. He's slow can be. Super slow. As soon as those things are set on.
This first quarter is almost taking 50 minutes, partner. And that pass is incomplete as Ransom didn't have his head turned around yet. That was number 4 for Vashon, Tankins.
Number 9, Gage Rolling. Intercepted by number 4, Matthew Tankins.
So first miscue by the Bulldogs.
Drive at their own 31-yard
So it looked like Gage threw it a little bit before Trey was ready for it. Good interception there by Vashon. So they'll turn the Bulldogs over.
Number 1, Trey Ransom.
Ball will be marked at the 31-yard line of the Wolverines. That's where they will start this possession. They trail 23-0, $1:29 left on the clock. Quarterback keep off the left side, trying to get outside. Good seal block out there by McCaskill, but great job by the Bulldog defense really stringing that out.
Andrew Crumley did a really nice job out there.
Number 3, Torrey Chapman keeps the ball.
You know, McCaskill did a pretty good job out there on the D lineman, kind of sealing him off. You know, Chapman had a little bit of a lane out there, but as you said, Jeff, Crumley really came up and didn't let him get anywhere. They'll give him forward progress, a gain of about 1. 2nd down and 9 is what they'll call it. Inside a minute left in this first quarter. He'll keep it again off the left side. They saw something over there they like. Stacked up. He's going to gain a couple. Gets up to about the 35. Had to bring up 3rd down and 6.
32 and 21, I know for sure.
Ball carrier number 3, Torrey Chapman, tackled by number 21, Vashon Upchurch, and number 32, Sam Drury.
The Wolverines will not have to snap it if they don't want to. So, depending on what they do here, Vashon does not have to snap it. There's more time on the play clock than there is on the game clock. Inside 5 seconds on the game clock. I'm not even sure if they're aware of that or not, as it goes to zeros, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Sikeston leads it 23-0. We'll step aside for a quick break. You're watching Sikeston Bulldog football on our YouTube channel. Vashon going to get called for the penalty to start this second quarter. It's going to be false start against the Wolverines. So what was going to be a 3rd and 6 will now be a 3rd down and 11 after the 5-yard penalty.
3rd down and 11.
Jeff, they had a recognition right there in between quarters of SPS students that have already scored a 30 or above. There's probably 10 names or so called off. I tell you, what a recognition and an honor for those students that were able to score a 30 or above on the ACT. Chapman back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, throws it deep down the middle. Pass incomplete by Gage rolling. Gage to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. And Gage will get in for the score.
Nice interception by Gage rolling around midfield. And then some outstanding blocking, and he was able to take it all the way back for the touchdown.
So what? I don't know. He probably got that on about the 35 or 40 is where he caught that. Not sure exactly.
Right around the 40-yard line,
yeah, where
I
he
think.
caught it exactly. So second defensive score tonight for the Bulldogs. I know defensive coordinator Andy McGill, that'll make him happy. 2 scores by his defense. Anytime I talk about turnovers with Coach McGill, he corrects me. He calls them takeaways. He says,
Takeaways.
He says, we take it away. He said, they don't turn it over. We take it away.
I like that.
Ranson in the backfield behind Rolling. He'll hand it off to him off the right side, and Trey will get in for the 2-point conversion. So 11:45 left in this first half. Sikeston up big, 31-0. Kirkendall coming back out. Jackson Kirkendall, that is, coming back out for the kicking duties for the Bulldogs.
Kickoff for Sikeston, number 30, Jackson Kirkendall.
He's kicked a couple back deep and squibbed one. Let's see what he does here. Looks like he'll go ahead and boot it, taking it about the 20-yard line by the Wolverine up to the 30. We got a flag coming in from the back judge. They're going to say he was hemmed out of bounds about the 35, but we'll wait and see what the flag on the play is.
We've had a lot of penalties here in the early going, Chris.
Not
First
many
game.
on the Bulldogs, really, but
No.
mostly on Vashon.
Flag on the play, holding against Vashon.
So they're going to go over and talk to one of the Bulldog captains. That's David Rowland they're talking to about what they want to do here. David's going to say, we want to back them up 10 yards. That's what we want to do.
You gave a different signal that time. Dang, they're slow.
Holding on Vashon.
So they're going to back them up to,
10-yard penalty.
looks like about the, they haven't spotted the ball yet, but
Vashon will start this drive on the Vashon 23-yard line.
they're going to put it at the 23.
Volleyball tournament. No, that's the next home game. I got him from the. He's at the concert. What do you got? Yeah, he posted on Facebook.
Chapman still in there as the quarterback. 2 wide receivers to his left. He's got McCaskill out to his right. Handed off to Moten. Good job by Gage coming in from that safety position. Wrapping him up.
Nice job, Gage rolling.
Ball carrier number 31,
Looks like Moten having a little problems. I don't know if it's
Second and 9.
if he's cramping or if it's something else, but
My wife's friend.
Sikeston athletic trainer Zach Elliott out there kind of working on him a little bit. I'll tell you what, it gives us a second here. Zach spends a lot of time with Bulldog athletic programs, does a good job making sure the student athletes stay healthy and out on the field. Moten's going to get up. Good to see him get up. You don't want to see anybody get hurt in the game. He's going to slowly walk off to the far side.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Entry timeout on the field.
Not even more than about four, maybe 5 blocks. It's not too long.
Just a short 25 years ago. Still fresh in my mind.
That's a
No, I
little
can
far.
remember when I thought that I did.
I bought tickets in my muddy mother room.
Both coaching staffs taking an opportunity to talk with their squads right here as they had that injury timeout.
Coaches put in a lot
Oh,
of
man.
hours, don't they, Chris?
They
You're
sure
a former
do.
coach.
You as well.
Yes. A lot of long hours, long days.
Tell you what, we're very fortunate at Sikeston to have top-notch coaches throughout our entire athletic programs.
Thank you.
And they tapped about 8 or 9 kegs in that box.
This is Coach Gibbs' 12th year at the helm of Bulldog football, the Hall of Famer, Coach Kent Gibbs. 3 wide receivers to his left, to his right. He's going to hand it off, and he's going to be met there. Thought that was David Rowland, but
Ball carried to the
couldn't
25.
see for sure.
Montreal
And that was Rowland in there, David Rowland in there. I tell you what, we've called Rowland's
Loss of 4 on the
name
play.
quite a bit here tonight. He's been in that backfield wreaking havoc.
He sure has. He and Tyreek Jamison. And this Bulldog defense has been outstanding.
They lost one of their big-time D linemen from last year, Quincy Chinwuko. He is playing football up at Georgetown. I wish him well in his freshman season. 3rd and long. Chapman back to pass and just going to throw it out of bounds. And, yeah, that's going to be an intentional grounding.
Flag on the flag.
Hopefully this time the flag will stand and they'll actually mark it off. They'll get together and talk about it.
Is that Chapman?
It is an intentional grounding against Vashon, so it should be loss of down plus the yardage. So it'll be 4th and long, and the Wolverines will be forced to punt.
Intentional grounding by Vashon.
And Ransom back there to receive this punt for the Bulldogs. He's back around midfield right now. So they're going to mark that off all the way back.
Foul the spot of the
That looks like inside the 5 at the 4 they've got it marked.
Spot foul. Where he
So that's a huge penalty. 4th and I don't even know how long.
4th and about 40.
29 is what they have up on the scoreboard. I think it's even longer than that, but that's okay. 4th and a long way. Low snap. Kick is off. Ransom's going to take it at a 35. Gets inside the 30 to the 25 to the 20. Bounces it outside now. Cuts it back in. Weaves his way in and gets in for the score. Trey Ransom gets in for the Bulldog touchdown.
Excellent return by Trey Ransom. Couple nice moves, making his way down the right sideline. Some key blocks, and he took it all the way back.
I didn't see a flag down, but it looks like there is one.
It's right there at the 25. Can't hardly see it.
I've got binoculars. Oh, I see it
It's
now.
right at his
See
feet.
anything illegal? Whatever. Blocking the back.
So they're going to call a block in the back against the Bulldogs.
Blocking foul on Sikeston.
So that's going to take a score off the scoreboard. Coach Gibbs went out and asked for a little explanation. I'm not sure that he necessarily agreed with the explanation, but
Bulldogs will start this series at the Vashon 35.
See what? Sean's got every call.
so it'll be 1st and 10 Sikeston from the 35-yard line.
Man, we're getting on the red. Play the red and the black twice.
Give it to Kirkendall off the left side. Cut it back up the middle, gets inside the 30, down to about the 27-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play for
Ball carried
Kirkendall.
30, Jackson Kirkendall. 7-yard gain for Sikeston.
Going to bring up 2nd and short.
2nd and 3.
9.5 minutes left in this first half. Gage in a shotgun. Rolls out to his left. Looks like he had a little option plays. He's going to keep it himself. Broke one tackle. Gets inside the 10 and pushed out of bounds. Inside the 10, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
Nice run there by Gage rolling.
I can't tell if it's on the 5 or the 6. 6, so 22 yards.
22-yard gain for Sikeston.
Gage had 3 touchdowns last year on the season. Close to 200 yards rushing.
Touchdown.
Got our first halftime score. Chaffee and Crystal City tied up 0-0 at half.
Yeah, they're finished. Chaffee lost the quarterback. I think he did their coaching.
I'm jealous of that game because they're at halftime. Gage back to pass. Finds a receiver wide open in the flat, and Daniel Lawrence is going to walk in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Was that ball on the 6 at a 6-yard touchdown pass? 6-yard touchdown pass from rolling to Daniel Lawrence.
Nice play, Daniel Lawrence. Sophomore, hard-working athlete.
I gave him one for that one. I'll let one slide.
Kirkendall will come in to
6-yard
attempt the
pass
extra
to
point.
Daniel Lawrence for the touchdown.
The kick is up, and it is good. So with 9:04 left in the first half, Bulldogs lead at 38-0. Check some scores around the area at the end of the first quarter. North County 28, Cape Central 16. Go Raiders. Farmington 16, Union 6. St. Pius 27, Windsor 7. Valley Catholic 20, St. Vincent 7. Getting those scores from Twitter. Park Hill Central trail St. Clair 34-0 as Kirkendall kicks it deep. Wow, that's a good kick inside the 5 and goes into the end zone for a touchback. So you see the potential that Kirkendall has with that left foot.
Yeah, he got his foot into that one, Chris. Took it all the way back to the end zone.
Vashon will start this drive at their own 20-yard line.
Didn't know it was going to be a 3-hour first half. I mean, I could have watched a Lord of the Rings movie by now.
Wolverines will start from their own 20 on this possession.
It would be nice if they had some kind of, at least stairs down the backside somehow. Yeah, that'd be fine. Just a way to be, I don't have to go through the masses to go use the back.
Chapman still in there at quarterback for Vashon. Back to pass, looking to his right. Pass broken up, nearly intercepted. Another flag down.
By Ricky Scott. It was intended for 5.
Pass broken up there by Ricky Scott.
5, Donnie and McCaskill.
14.
Pass deflected by number 14, Ricky Scott.
So we'll wait and check this penalty flag.
Flag on the play.
No indication yet from the white hat.
How did you say that?
That's what I was talking about.
It was thrown right in the middle of the play, so ineligible receiver downfield is what it looks like. He started to call that. Now they're going to talk about it a little bit more.
He's still deciding.
He started to pat the top of that hat, but
That coach.
Run the show.
Eligible receiver. No, no.
now they're going to call false start
False start
against Vashon.
Ouch.
I could see where you could get ineligible receiver downfield and false start confused.
So still first?
Still first down.
First game.
5-yard penalty on Vashon. 1st and 15 from their own 15.
Get out of referee between last year and this year.
Man, you're harsh.
Very harsh.
First down and 15 for Vashon. And another flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
And we're going to get a false start again, so they're going to back them up 5 more yards.
5-yard penalty.
That's the ending.
1st and 20
We'll say, God, they're getting
from their
every
own
call.
10.
They've got self-ready. They've got ones that matter. I can't help it. Their feet still on the line. I think they've always been pretty careful.
We'll have to check here at halftime, Jeff, see what the penalty count is
We've had 2 touchdowns.
in this game. There's been quite a few, which, I mean, you see that. To your point, you made that point a second ago. You see that a lot in early games. Handoff right up the middle. Going to get a few yards. Gain of about 4 probably on that carry maybe.
Tyron Moten.
As Moten was the ball carrier.
Brian Jasper and number 36, Trent Elliott.
No penalty on that play.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 16.
Jasper in on the stop. 2nd down and long for Vashon. Wolverines have had their backs against the wall for most of this game. Another high snap. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to lose a couple.
Torrey Chapman.
Tackle by 21.
Tackle by number
Again,
21,
Vashon
Vashon
Upchurch in there on that tackle.
Upchurch has had several tackles.
East Prairie leads Kelly at halftime, 8-6.
Chris, did I see where Donovan has a team after 40 years of not having
39 years, I think.
39
Yeah,
years.
39 years since the Dons have played a varsity football game. They open at home tonight. Chapman looking to his left, pass over the hands of the intended receiver. It's going to fall incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th and long in another punting situation here for the Wolverines.
4th and 17.
Kennett up big on Fredericktown, 42-7.
Fredericktown was here last week for the Jamboree.
They were. Bulldogs will play Kennett on the road on October 19th. High kick, Ransom under it at the 40. Breaks one tackle. We got a flag coming in. Makes a good move to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Is going to be hemmed out of bounds at about the 5. But again, we got a flag
Number one, Trey Ransom.
back here. So that may be all for naught, depending on what they're going to call on the play.
Might be another push in the back.
Yeah, Coach Gibbs over there talking to a Bulldog down there right now, talking about a blocking scheme. So you got to think it is against Sikeston.
28-yard punt, 35-yard return.
So two back-to-back good returns by Ransom, but both are going to be brought back by blocking the back penalties. Like what you see from Ransom here in his first game for the Bulldogs. So let's talk about the upcoming schedule. So we obviously got this game tonight. We go on the road next week to McClure North. And we have 2 home games in a row. It's going to be Mom's Night on September 7th as the Bulldogs will host Poplar Bluff. Then Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame night as they host Jackson on September 14th. Then they'll go on the road to Cape Central. Then homecoming. So Charleston's going to be the homecoming game this year. That home game is on Friday, September 28th. Get a hold of Lauren DeWitt, who's the Sikeston Foundation Director, if you'll want some information about homecoming and the big tailgate.
Yeah, she's already been sending out a lot of information regarding the homecoming and the tailgate. Lauren DeWitt does a great job with that.
1st and 10 Bulldogs in Wolverine territory, looking deep down the side, and Ricky Bobby's going to pick it up off the ground, taken down. They're going to say he's just short, I believe.
What a catch by Ricky.
Wow, I mean, he just reached down, so they're going to mark him down just short of the end zone.
Pass from number 9, Gage Rolling, number 14, Ricky Scott.
Bulldog coaching staff wanted a touchdown on that, but
And that's another Bulldog.
so he had to get 49 yards for the touchdown. Looks like they're going to mark him 1 yard short. So a 48-yard reception there by Ricky. Gage fade pass to Ricky, and that corner goes up for it, and he got it for the touchdown. So nice fade pass there from Rolling to Ricky Bobby for the touchdown.
Ricky had 7 touchdown receptions last season. And if I remember correctly, a few of them were just like that play.
They sure were. Little fade pass in the corner, back corner of the end zone. So the Bulldogs go over 40 points here in this first half.
One-yard pass from number 9, Gage Rolling, number 14, Ricky Scott for the touchdown. Number 30, Jackson Kirkendall.
Kirkendall will come back in to kick the extra point.
See, he's got it hanging on his neck right there, 14. Yeah, he just took it off. There's an actual bones that they believe.
Bulldogs a little late getting some personnel in on this extra point attempt. They're going to have to rush down to 2. They do get it snapped. The kick is up, and it is good. I'll tell you what, that was great execution right there as they had somebody late coming on, but still, perfect snap, good hold. Kick was equally as good, and with 6:41 left in this first half. Sikeston 45, Vashon 0. Welcome back to the broadcast. All Sikeston here in this first half. They lead big, 45-0. Another big left foot taken at the 5-yard line to the 15, cuts it back up the middle, gets to the 20, trying to bounce it outside, but couldn't get outside. Good pursuit right there. Leston Thompson was one of the guys in there on that tackle.
Number 31, Tyron Moten, the receiver. 17-yard return by Moten.
Ball will be marked at the 23-yard line for Vashon.
Hudson Kirkendall, number 55, Leston Thompson. Vashon starts this drive at their own 23-yard line.
First down and 10. Moten still in there at that quarterback spot.
Yeah, I'll just probably throw the.
He's going to keep it, try to get off to the left side. Going to get back to about the original line of scrimmage and nothing more, so they'll call it no gain on the play.
Ball carrier number 3, Torrey Chapman.
Nice tackle there by Sam Drury.
Second and 10 for Vashon.
I don't even think they've announced one for this year yet.
So second down and 10 here. Chapman hands off to Moten, and he is wrapped up and thrown down in the backfield.
Vashon Upchurch again.
Number 31, Tyron Moten, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 21 of Sikeston, Vashon Upchurch.
Vashon has done a nice job from that nose tackle position on the Bulldog line.
Third and 15.
Did they commemorate the stadium or was that something that they're not doing?
Rolls out to his right, looking for a man. And it looks like the pass is going to be incomplete. Again, good coverage by the Bulldogs secondary. So that pass is going to be incomplete, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
Number 3, Torrey Chapman.
Seth Copeland over there on the coverage.
Number 9, Markel McCurry.
190-pound junior.
Number 58, Seth Copeland. Number 32, Sam Drury.
Trey Ranson back deep for the Bulldogs to receive this punt.
He's telling his teammates, no blocks in the back.
Yeah, no doubt
I want to
about it.
return one.
And we're going to get a flag on the play as there was movement all across the line.
Flag on the play.
That is going to, I believe, back up the Wolverines 5 more yards.
Last year, the first game they had at Dexter was like.
Ball started against Vashon.
And it was
5-yard penalty, 4th and 20.
11 o'clock when I got home that night. You know, first.
We had a game against Jackson where the lights went out.
Yeah. I remember that.
We were winning
here, but
too.
I remember.
I think it was Jackson. I don't know. We were winning. Those
Now we'll get the punt. Punter right on his own goal line.
They scored like 30 on us when the lights came back on. 30-0.
Yeah.
And we're going to get another false start against the Wolverines.
Yeah, they were playing football on this half of the 50-yard line. So they
Ball
would
start on
run so
Vashon.
far, and then they would come back and flip. It was a mess.
Jeff, you want an update on the Cardinals?
Have they started?
They have started. Cardinals are up 4-0.
Wow.
Miles Mikolas just went deep for the
Pitcher
Cardinals.
Miles Mikolas.
That's right.
Michaelis.
5-yard penalty. Fourth
I looked it up
and
earlier,
25,
Chris,
ball
speaking of the
28.
Cardinals. Went to a game in July, late July. Since that game, Cardinals have the best record, 20-6.
So you're not allowed to go back.
I'm not allowed to go
Is
back.
that what we're saying here?
They put my
So-
picture up.
Bad snap. The punter was forced to keep it. He does get out of his own end zone as he had to pick it up about 2 or 3 yards deep in his end zone. Does get out, but Bulldogs are going to be in prime position again. Looks like he got out somewhere around the 10-yard line. Kind of hard to see from my angle. Maybe they'll mark it at about the 9 or 10. Official timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 4:23 left in the first half. Bulldogs 45, Vashon 0. Bulldogs will start from the 9-yard line, so Roland and company come back out. Can't see the number of the running back in the backfield. I believe that's somebody new. That's Daniel Lawrence in the backfield. No, that wasn't Daniel Lawrence, was it? No, it's Keon Graham.
Keon Graham.
Keon Graham with the carry. I thought it was Daniel Lawrence here real quick, but you're right. Glad you saw that, Jeff. That was Keon Graham. He gets in for the 9-yard score.
Keon Graham, 5'7", 135-pound junior. I remember him playing a little bit last year
Right.
on varsity.
Tell you what, he got that handoff, and I mean, he hit that hole quick, didn't he?
Very
Just
quick.
Straight forward. Like to see
Acceleration.
that.
Wow. It's like he was shot out of a cannon.
And the kick is missed. Looked like they weren't ready for it. So I think there was a little bit of miscommunication, but nonetheless, Sikeston up 51-0 in this first half. Still just over 4 minutes left in this first half. Kirkendall back to kickoff for Sikeston. Drills it inside the 10, taken right at the 5 by Moten. And he gets hammered by number 30. That was that Kirkendall that got down there and made the tackle?
I think it was.
So he kicked it off and got down there and made the tackle.
You don't see that very
You
often.
sure don't see that often, do you?
Return.
Yeah, we'll have to see 7 around
30 and 7.
Tackle by number 7,
Montez.
Montez McClinton, and number 30, Jackson Kirkendall.
Yeah, you don't see too often the kicker get down and make a tackle like that.
You don't see very many kickers that look like Jackson Kirkendall either.
That's a good point. Well taken.
He kicked for us for 3 straight years.
Jody James. I missed it.
Back to pass over the middle. Pass caught. Going to be a gain of about 6 or so.
By 11.
As I believe that was Seth Copeland in on the tackle.
Yes. Seth Copeland. Nice tackle.
Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4.
I haven't even been paying attention.
I didn't hear you blow it. They're calling himself down.
Brawl is taking place between scorekeepers and
Back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, throws it up for grabs, and it's going to be intercepted on the far sideline. I couldn't tell the number who got it.
By 20
Is that Keon Graham?
That's Keon Graham.
Interception by number 20, Keon Graham.
So Keon Graham with the pick.
See, Necro will repeat that. Interception by somebody. He would repeat that. Interception by
He'd say
somebody.
whatever.
Depro had a little bit of Ron Burgundy.
Absolutely.
29.
Yeah, whatever you put on the teleprompter.
Sikeston will start this drive on the 29.
Halftime score, New Madrid County Central 32, Malden 12.
Wow.
So apparently you're from down that way. Yep.
Full heart.
I guess it was Eddie who explained to me who you were.
Yeah.
And,
Sorry.
I knew Miss Carol. Your Aunt Carol? Yeah.
Gage in it, or excuse me, that's Blanchfield in there. So the backup quarterback in.
Sean Blanchfield.
Sean Blanchfield, the backup quarterback, already seeing action here in this first half.
Ball carrier number
It was
27,
Brian Jasper got the carry, so his first carry on the evening. Gained about 7 on the play.
7 on the play.
We'll call it 2nd and 3rd.
And 3.
As we go inside 3 minutes in this first half. Bulldogs being delivered, letting that clock go down a little. Marching band over to our right, set to come on. Jasper gets another carry off the left side. He's going to be close to another first down. Looks like he's going to have it. They haven't signaled a first down yet, but
Number 27, Brian Jasper, the ball carrier.
Brian Jasper, 5'9", 195,
On the play.
junior
so
for
it
the
is
Bulldogs.
going to be a first down
The ball now sends
for the
to Vashon,
Bulldogs.
17.
They'll mark it at the 17.
First down.
2:31 and counting. First half action. All Sikeston in this first half. Blanchfield hands it off to Jasper off the left side again. Breaks a couple tackles right up the middle. Rumbles inside the 10, but another flag on the far side.
Number 27, Brian Jasper, the ball carrier.
They're going to call holding against Sikeston.
Holding against Sikeston.
I do have the tackle too. Want to say something? 25.
Jasper tackled by number 25, Montreal Black.
So that play is going to go for not.
I was losing my mind, honestly.
It's the fan on this over
Oh, I was gonna say it's real faint.
10-yard penalty on the Bulldogs. So it'll be first and 20.
Just over 2 minutes left.
St.
St. John up on Dexter, 14-0 in the third quarter. St. John typically got a pretty good team up. Blanchfield, Jasper straight up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles. He gets all 10 of those yards back and a few more. So about a 14-yard gain, we'll call it there unofficially, by Jasper.
Chris, we've seen several running backs used by the Bulldogs.
That's
tonight.
right.
Ransom, Kirkendall, Graham.
Bulldogs lost their leading rusher from last year, Matthew Perry, to graduation as he was a senior last year. So it was one of those question marks, that we had on the season. And to your point, seen a lot of different guys touching the ball here tonight and getting some good work in. Jasper right up the middle again. He's going to be held up. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he's going to be just short of the first down. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 as we've got 46 seconds and counting here.
6-yard gain on the play. 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs.
See what the Bulldogs are going to do. They got time for a couple of plays here. 3rd and 1. Jasper spun out of the would-be tackler, lowers his head, and he got in for the score. So all Brian Jasper on that drive right there. He carried the rock every time on that possession. Tell you what, he was met right at the line of scrimmage, spun out a would-be tackler, lowered his head, ran a guy over, and got in for the touchdown.
Yeah, he did a nice job. I think he carried the ball, 6 or 7 straight plays there.
Probably so.
Number 30, Jackson Kirkendall on the field to attempt the extra point.
He was pretty good on JV last
Timeout, Sikeston.
Bulldogs will take a timeout with 24 seconds left. I don't think they had the right personnel in there. We'll take it with them. Sikeston leads at 57-0, pinning this extra point. Kirkendall in to kick the extra point. Snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So that'll make it 58-0 Bulldogs. 24 seconds left in this first half. So kick it off here. Hopefully get one stop, and let's go in for a halftime. Scott City up on Grandview, 43-0 at the half. Jeff, I was looking through Twitter, trying to get some score updates, and noticed that Kansas City Royals Their game is in a delay right now because their fountain that they have out in center field overflowed onto the field, so they're in a little bit of a delay. Leave it to the Royals to do something like that.
Tell you, I've been to a Royals game before, and it's a beautiful stadium.
It is a beautiful stadium.
And that fountain is really nice out there beyond center field wall. But that's kind of crazy to have something like that happen.
And one big parking lot.
And it's out of the city, which is nice. I mean, plenty of parking. You don't have to just scramble to find a place to go.
I went to a Kansas City Royals game when Bo Jackson played.
Well, I bet that was something to watch.
It was.
Deep kick by Kirkendall goes inside the 5, taken at the 3 by Moulton, and he's not going to get very far as he's wrapped up at the 5-yard line.
3-yard return by number 31, Tyron Moulton.
Hudson Kirkendall was in there on the tackle, along with, I think, Keon Graham was in there.
Tacklers on the play, number 53, Hudson Kirkendall, number 20, Keon Graham, and number 23, Nathaniel Vaughn.
So 19 seconds left in this first half.
Vashon will start this drive.
All right, so no passes right here, right?
That's right.
No passes. Let's just run it, stop them. Let's get to half.
No penalties.
No penalties.
Up here in the booth, they're saying they're going to run the clock no matter what.
I like it.
She said she might,
I like it.
but she was younger.
Only 19 ticks on that clock. Play clock down to 5, and they're just going to kneel on it. And that will take us to half as the Wolverines just kneeled on it. So that'll bring us to half. Bulldogs up 58-0. We'll step aside, let you hear the sights and sounds from the Sikeston Bulldog Marching Band. We'll be back with second half action after this break. Chris Hotchkiss, Jeff Williams back here at the half. Let's run through some first half stats. So for the Vashon Wolverines, they had negative 24 yards on the ground. They did have 14 yards through the air. So total yards in the first half, unofficially negative 9 for the Wolverines in the first half. They did commit 13 penalties in that first half. Bulldogs did intercept 3 different passes for Chapman, as he was 3 for 13 in that first half. Now for the Bulldogs, Gage Rowling had a nice first half. 6 of 8 for 3 touchdowns and an interception was Gage in that first half for 92 yards. His 3 touchdown passes were spread out. Ricky Scott had 3 catches for 71 total yards and a score. Seth Blanchfield had 2 catches for 15 yards and 1 for a score. And Daniel Lawrence had 1 reception for 6 yards and a touchdown. 5 different Bulldogs carried the rock for Sikeston, led by Brian Jasper. He carried the ball 5 times, all on that last possession for 42 yards and 1 touchdown. It was a touchdown from 10 yards out. Gage Rowling, the Bulldog quarterback, had 3 carries for 34 yards. Trey Ranson only carried the ball 2 times, but he got 24 yards on those 2 carries. Jackson Kirkendall with 2 carries also for 39 yards. And Keon Graham had 1 carry for 8 yards, and that 1 carry was for an 8-yard touchdown. The Bulldogs did commit 4 penalties themselves in that first half. Sikeston leads it at half, 58-0. We'll step aside for our last break. We'll come back with the second half. Jeff Williams will have your call in this second half.
Welcome back to Sikeston Public School Stadium. We have the second half kickoff. Number 4 for Vashon picks it up. Still on his feet, and the Bulldogs bring him down around the 27-yard line.
Number 4, Matthew Jenkins, a receiver.
Kicking off for the second half
Number
was
24 of Sikeston,
Trevius Hollis.
Trevius Hollis, the kicker on that play.
First time we've seen Hollis back there kicking off for the Bulldogs.
Vashon will start this drive on their own 30-yard line.
Thought he's doing something.
Trevius is a freshman. You'll see a lot of sophomores and freshmen here the second half for the Bulldogs, as we will have the running clock.
31 has the ball.
Nice run by number 31 for Vashon.
That's Moten.
That's Moten, who is a freshman.
Number 31, Tyron Moten, the ball carrier on that play.
Looks like he did get enough for a first down.
Gain. First down for Vashon.
Tackle by 12, Trey Wade.
Tackle with number 12, Trey Wade.
He liked that shot.
Looks like the Bulldogs have their most of the JV squad in there right now.
Moten with the carry again.
No, Jackson's out. That's 50.
Pickup of about 9.
Smith.
Ball carrier number 31, Tyron Moten. Gain of 9 on the play. Tackle by number 50, Preston Smith.
Preston Smith on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Second and short after that nice pickup on first down.
Quarterback keeper picks up the first down. He's running down the left sideline, and he picks up the first down and all the way down to the Bulldog 28-yard line.
We're going to get a flag back here. Looked like a late hit.
Is that 31 again? No, it's quarterback then.
It was quarterback, yeah.
Quarterback keeper got enough for the first down. Now we'll wait and see what the penalty is.
23-yard gain.
26, and he is more.
Clock continues to run.
More, the tackle on that play.
That's
Flag on the play.
It's going to be a dead ball personal foul against the
Vashon.
Wolverines. Yeah.
Foul against Vashon.
Not sure which player was guilty of that.
15-yard penalty on the play.
That backs the Wolverines up to the 44-yard line of the Bulldogs.
That'll put the ball on the Sikeston 44-yard line.
First real spark we've seen from Vashon at all offensively here tonight to start this third quarter.
Yeah, Chapman still at quarterback for the Wolverines. He keeps it,
Yeah, he has it himself.
and he gets the first down.
Nice pickup of about 11 they'll give him.
Gain of 11 on the play. First down, Vashon.
26.
Again, the Bulldogs have a lot of their JV players in there,
6 and he has scored the tackle.
giving them some game action, some experience. Moten with the carry again,
Yep, four pulling him down.
and he picks up the first down.
Austin Sweeney out there on the tackle for the
Number
Bulldogs.
31, Tyron Moten, ball carrier.
13 yards on the carry for Moten.
13-yard gain. Number 4, Austin Swinney.
Vashon will have the ball at the 20-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs are going to be able to
Sumner didn't arrive until 8:30.
get a lot of different players in.
That's what I feared would happen with
in this second half.
Snap over the quarterback's head, and he just jumps on it. It's going to be a scramble for the ball.
That's ours.
Yeah, he wasn't on it. They're going to go ahead and the Bulldogs come away with it, and they had it. He wasn't on it, but the official called it down and is going to give Vashon, I believe they're going to keep it with them.
Yeah. He kind of signaled that early, Chris.
He signaled it way early.
Vashon retains possession. 2nd and 27.
Second down, 27 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, some big marks. It could be much worse. Oh, basically 2 touchdowns back.
Another high snap over Chapman's head. All he can do is dive on it. Second bad snap in a row.
Once it's on the ground.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by number 3, Torrey Chapman.
Lost 17 on that.
Big loss on a play.
Third down and about 36.
Loss of 15 on the play. 3rd down and 36 for Vashon.
Already about 7 minutes gone off the clock here in this third quarter. Bulldogs up big, so that clock will continue to run.
Yep. Oh, push. No, that was.
So Brian Jasper in on the tackle to get that sack.
Yeah, nice tackle by Jasper.
Number 3, Torrey Chapman. Tackled by number 27.
Lost
Brian
3
Jackson
on that play, brings up
Loss of
4th.
3, 4th down and 46.
So the ball's going to be marked at their own 44-yard line. They've got to get all the way to the 10 for a first down.
That's a long ways.
So 46 yards. Yeah, 4th and 46.
Wow.
What play do you got on 4th and 46?
They're
Looked like it was one of those little bubble screens across the middle. Fell incomplete,
Take
though.
over on downs and start this drive at the Vashon
Chapman
44.
had a little pressure on him, and he just got rid of it, and the receiver still had his back turned to him.
Sean Blanchfield was the Bulldog quarterback on that last possession. To be interested to see if Blanchfield comes back out and takes some reps here in the second half. Looks like he is in the huddle, so I bet it will be Blanchfield calling the plays, at least on this first possession. Bulldogs don't have a lot of depth at quarterback, so not exactly sure who they'll have out there outside of Blanchfield, but
I know in the Jamboree, Cooper D's, a freshman, saw a little bit of action.
I'd forgotten about that, but you're right. He did in that Jamboree.
That's the name of it. Beer garden. 35's carrying.
It's like a German longhouse where you
Still
have
running.
Still on his feet is number 35 running the ball for the Bulldogs. 35 is Des Green.
Yeah, he didn't pick up any yards, but I'll tell you what, he kept his feet moving and
1 yard gain.
tried to push the pile, bounced it outside, and
2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs.
didn't get much, but a good effort there by Green.
Yeah. Green, a 5'10", 200-pound senior.
Matthew Tankins, number 5, Donye McCaskill.
Last year it was like you were sitting, those folks were sitting up in the mic.
Second down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Vashon's 44-yard line. Snap to Blanchfield. Hands off to Green again. Loses the ball.
Stripped.
And number 4 picked it up. And he's
Number 5, Des
You know, they were trying to do that on his first carry. They were going in trying to strip it, and they were trying to do the exact same thing right there. They were reaching into Green trying to strip it out.
by Sean Bletchfield.
by Sean Blanchfield.
Just over 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Clock will continue to run as a running clock is in effect.
Vashon will take over at the Bulldog 41-yard line. Chapman still at quarterback for Vashon. Another bad snap over his head, and the Bulldogs recover.
Jasper has
See, was that Brian Jasper in on the recovery?
Yeah, Jasper holds the ball up, says, yeah, I got it.
So the last defensive
Brian Jasper.
possession, he had a quarterback sack. Now he gets the fumble recovery on that one, and he gets a little dog bone put around his neck as he comes off.
Takeaway bone, it says up there on the big scoreboard.
Takeaway bone, I like it. Talking about the scoreboard and the graphics up there and, you know, all the camera angles and stuff. I tell you what, everybody that it takes to put this, you know, production together does a fabulous job. I know Mr. Byler, his students do a great job. All the guys up here in the booth with us, that whether it's putting graphics up or video or replay or, you know, getting us online. First class organization here.
10 was the carrier.
Number 5, Adrian Smith, hands off to number 10, Jonathan Green.
Jonathan Green, first carry of the night. He is a freshman for the Bulldogs, 5'6", 130.
1.5.
Is your Irish all the way
First final I've seen tonight, Chaffee takes out Crystal City 20-0.
Chaffee over Crystal City. Jonathan Green with another carry.
Adrian Smith is in at quarterback for the Bulldogs, or at least he was on that one. He's coming over to the side getting a play now.
Jonathan Green, the ball carrier, with a gain of 5 on the play.
And that's the end of the third quarter as the clock
The Vashon Wolverines.
runs out.
Ladies and gentlemen, now let's introduce
At
you
the end
to
of
your
third quarter, it's 58-0 Bulldogs.
High school cheerleaders.
Back live here at the start of the fourth quarter. Adrian Smith at quarterback. He hands off to Jonathan Green.
Juniors, Grace Blanton.
It's like he's going to lose a yard on that play.
Makes it 4th down and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Mallory Green. Lakin Kaminsky.
Adrian Smith, 5'9" freshman for the Bulldogs, coming over, getting the plays directly from the offensive coordinator, Coach Corey Atkinson.
Seniors, Claire Bonner. Alyssa Nolan. And your head cheerleader, Ashley Gilman.
Hand off to number 12.
Going to reverse his field and try to do something here.
Still running. Number
That
12
is Trey Wade.
Yeah, Trey's a sophomore.
Sikeston cheerleaders are coached by
5'6", 150.
Nibbins.
They're going to give him about 1 yard on the carry. He probably ran about 30 to get that one, didn't he? Vashon did a good job of stringing it out to the far sideline, and Wade was able to switch fields and come back this way.
Turnover on downs. Vashon will take over
Over on downs. Vashon
on the 35-yard line.
drive at their own 35-yard line.
Is he still up at Perryville? Charleston? He's like a middle school person.
10 minutes and 20 seconds left in this ball game. It's been all Bulldogs tonight. Impressive showing here for the very first game of the season.
She didn't tell me you were there. I don't know what hour she has. Did you go just one class?
So we get a timeout on the field.
Jordy didn't tell me.
Timeout for Vashon. We will take a timeout as well. Chapman with the long throw, looking for McCaskill. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, good coverage back there by Des Green. He was blanketed all over McCaskill.
We talked about McCaskill at the beginning of the game, that he's an outstanding athlete.
Just not able to make that connection right there.
I don't know if Vashon might consider putting him in the backfield some later on this season. Try to get the ball in his hands.
Wouldn't hurt. Haven't been able to get in his hands too much tonight. Did have 2 receptions in that
Looking
first
for McCaskill again, a high throw. Couldn't pull that one down. Again, good coverage by the Bulldogs.
Cannon Gaddis was out there on the coverage that time for Sikeston.
Good job, Gaddis.
Go inside 9 minutes here. Bulldogs will travel up north, Jeff, next Friday. Early start, so note that, Bulldog fans wanting to go up to that game at McClure North. That game will begin at 4:15.
4:15 next Friday afternoon at McClure North, a Class 6 school. We're not sure who they played this evening. Might be a tomorrow game.
Yeah,
oh,
they
high
play a lot
snap
of games
again.
on Saturdays.
It's about the 4th time that
Yeah.
Vashon's had a high snap this half.
Happened more than the Vashon coaching staff would like tonight, I guarantee you that.
And Chapman as well.
Yeah.
4th and 27, Vashon.
It's been a long night for Vashon, and they'll have a long drive back home after the game to the St. Louis area. Chris, I don't know if this is a 2-year contract with them.
I'm not sure either. A lot of times you'll get those home and homes. I'm not sure if we'll travel up to Vashon next year and then maybe McClure North come here. I don't know. I haven't talked to AD Andy McGill about that to find out.
Punt was picked up around midfield by the Bulldogs.
It was Anthony Dukes.
Anthony Dukes on the return.
Bulldogs will start from the 42, it looks like they'll mark it.
I think the 42-yard line of Vashon.
5-yard reception for number 47, Anthony Dukes.
Just over 7 minutes left in this ball game.
Sikeston will start this drive on the Vashon 42-yard line.
Looks like Smith is staying in at quarterback for the Bulldogs. Adrian Smith.
5'9", 145-pound freshman is Smith. You got a lineman coming on late. And we're going to get delay a game against the Bulldogs, so a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty, 1st and 15.
Hand off to Jonathan Green again. Jonathan breaks it out to the outside. Down the far sideline. Out around the 10-yard line. Nice run by Jonathan Green.
No doubt about it. He got to that outside and saw his speed.
Little burst of speed there, yes.
Oh, they're going to say he stepped out at about the 22. Wow.
Okay. Nice run by Jonathan Green. They say he stepped out of bounds around the 22-yard line. It's first down regardless.
5.5 minutes left in this ball game. That was Cooper Dees on the carry for the Bulldogs. Lost a couple.
Cooper Dees. Freshman. A lot of these freshmen seeing some game action, varsity action. Some of them will be playing Monday night. Didn't you say that, Chris? JV, they play
Yes.
this coming Monday?
I was looking at the schedule earlier. It's what it says. I believe it was against New Madrid.
Smith hands off to Jonathan Green again. Green breaks it to the outside, cuts it back. And he got
Big hit
popped
right
pretty good
there.
by number 9 for Vashon. Put a pretty good hit on him.
Markel McCurry.
Uh-oh, late flag.
Ball carrier number 10, Jonathan Green. 12-yard gain.
Nice gain by Jonathan Green. He picked up 12 yards.
Going to get a flag after the play.
Usually that's some type of personal foul maybe.
Green tackled by number 9, Markel McCurry.
Officials are talking it over. Got a timeout on the field.
I haven't seen an indication from the Whitehead yet, have we? Was a personal foul now? Yeah, personal foul against Vashon. So that's going to be a half a distance to the goal. Looks like they've got it marked at the 5.
The ball set on the 5-yard line, and that's another Bulldog first down.
Little frustration there on one of the players for Vashon.
So after this timeout, it'll be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs from the 5. Tell you what, I give it to Jonathan Green again. Let him try to get it in. What do you say?
I think that's a good plan. Greens look pretty good on a few of these runs here.
Don't mess with it. No, your eyes are just bad.
Eyes are good.
No, your eyes
I
are
just see
old.
blur.
Your eyes are old. Stop.
You're older than me.
All right, we got the clock running again. Just over 4 minutes left in this ball game. Snap to Smith. Smith keeps it. Cuts it back in. Still on his feet.
Pushing the pile forward. He's going to gain a couple yards. Didn't look like there was going to be much there, did
No.
there? But he was able to push the pile forward for a gain of about 2.
Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 3 for the Bulldogs.
Adrian Smith, the 5'9", 145-pound freshman. Doing a nice job here, Chris. Smith hands off to Jonathan Green. Dives forward a couple yards.
Jonathan Green.
Looks like they'll give him about, see where they mark it, about 1 maybe. Or marked it about the 2.5 yard line probably, something like that.
Yeah, about the 2.5 yard line.
Inside 3 minutes left in this ball game.
3rd down.
The final say
Smith hands up. No, he keeps it.
5 has it himself.
And he
Adrian's in there.
runs in for the touchdown. Adrian Smith.
2-yard touchdown plunge for the freshman quarterback.
That's an Adrian. Good for you.
Nice job, Adrian Smith. Had me fooled. I thought he handed off to Jonathan Green.
There's a lot of
Kept it.
in there. My little track street.
He gets a touchdown bone.
Yes, he is.
We're going to have to talk to the coaches to see how
Yeah, we need to get
the bone thing works.
That's right. Have to find out about that.
athlete. Track.
Makes the score 64-0. Just under 2 minutes left in this ball game.
Is he CJ Cozy?
Bulldogs going for the 2-point conversion.
Oh my goodness, he's a great kid.
Smith hands off to Green. Green stopped before the goal line, so no good on the 2 points.
Green, the ball carrier.
Couldn't ask for a better.
2 yards on the play. Conversion no good.
Had to keep it 64-0 Sikeston
Advanced 10 points in every one.
as the clock continues to run.
So, Lisa, whenever I took off my cap, you weren't expecting my hair to be this.
No, I was kind of surprised. I've never
Bulldog faithful start to file for the exits as they know this one is well in hand.
Is that just this year's style?
Special teams are getting together. We'll have a kickoff and then won't have time for much
Not
after that
much more.
kickoff once they get everything set here. So, again, it's thanks to all the students and everything they do. We make this production happen. They do a great job on the camera work. Chad Brown and everybody up here that's done a good job.
Chris,
Steve.
it'd be interesting to talk to someone who watched the telecast, see if how it looked on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, you know, something new this year doing the YouTube channel. No Cube anymore, so we're just going to be on the YouTube channel. We'll be right here. This will be your home for football and basketball for the season, so we hope you get on over here. And if you can't make it out to Public School Stadium, then you get over here and enjoy some Bulldog football and basketball each and every week. A lot of fans in our red and black tonight that are going to leave happy as the Bulldogs are going to go to 1-0 on this season.
10 seconds left. They do kick it off. Vashon picks it up around the 20.
31 is
Number 31's breaking it out to the 50, to the 40. And he's knocked out of bounds, and that will be ball game. Final score 64-0. Impressive victory for the Bulldogs.
So I had to wrap it up here from Public School Stadium. Sikeston goes to 1-0 on the season with this impressive victory here tonight. We'll be on the road next week. So 2 more weeks right back here at home. So until then, go Dogs.